This video contains audio content only. There are no visual elements or images accompanying the audio. If you're expecting to see video footage, please note that this is an intentional audio-only presentation. We recommend listening to this content rather than watching the screen. Thank you for your understanding and enjoy the audio. Introduction. Hello and welcome to today's video, where we'll be diving into some fascinating recent scientific research on a group of prehistoric mammals known as entelodontids, or hell pigs. I'm excited to take you on a journey through time to explore these bizarre and fearsome creatures that roamed the earth millions of years ago. As we explore the latest findings about entelodontids, we'll gain insights into evolution, prehistoric ecosystems, and how paleontologists piece together clues about extinct animals. Whether you're a paleontology enthusiast or just curious about strange prehistoric beasts, I think you'll find a lot to sink your teeth into. Over the next 45 minutes or so, we'll cover several key topics related to entelodontid research, including their evolutionary history, physical characteristics, behavior and ecology, global distribution, and ultimate extinction. We'll look at how new fossil discoveries and analytical techniques are expanding our understanding of these fascinating animals. By the end, you should have a good grasp of what entelodontids were like, how they lived, and why they capture the imagination of both scientists and the public. We'll also touch on some of the broader implications this research has for our understanding of evolution and past ecosystems. I hope this video will spark your curiosity about prehistoric life and the process of piecing together the past through paleontology. Even if you're not typically into fossils, I think you'll find these hell pigs pretty intriguing. So let's jump in and start exploring the world of entelodontids. Topic 1. Evolutionary history and origins of entelodontids. Let's begin by looking at where entelodontids came from and how they evolved over time. These strange mammals first appeared in the fossil record during the Middle Eocene epoch, around 45 million years ago. Their origins can be traced back to Asia, specifically Mongolia, where some of the earliest entelodontid fossils have been found. Entelodontids belong to the larger group of mammals called artiodactyls, which includes modern animals like pigs, hippos, and cows. However, recent research has revealed that entelodontids are more closely related to hippos and whales than to pigs, despite their pig-like appearance. This finding highlights how looks can be deceiving when it comes to evolutionary relationships. As entelodontids evolved, they spread from Asia into Europe and North America, diversifying into various genera and species. Some of the earliest forms were relatively small, but over time, many lineages grew to massive sizes. The group reached its peak diversity during the Oligocene epoch, between about 34 and 23 million years ago. One of the most interesting aspects of entelodontid evolution is how they adapted to fill ecological niches as large omnivores and scavengers. Their powerful jaws and robust build allowed them to process a wide variety of foods, from tough plants to carrion. This adaptability likely contributed to their success and wide distribution across the northern hemisphere. Recent studies have also shed light on the evolutionary changes in entelodontid skull and tooth structure over time. There was a trend towards larger, more robust skulls with prominent bony protrusions. These changes may have been driven by dietary shifts or social behaviors like competition between males. Interestingly, entelodontids evolved some convergent features with other groups of large omnivorous mammals, like certain extinct bears. This shows how similar ecological pressures can produce comparable adaptations in distantly related animals. The evolutionary history of entelodontids is a testament to the power of natural selection in shaping bizarre and specialized forms of life. By studying their fossils, researchers can gain insights into the environmental and ecological factors that influenced mammalian evolution during the Cenozoic era. Topic 2. Physical characteristics and anatomy of hell pigs. Now that we've covered where entelodontids came from, let's take a closer look at what these strange beasts actually looked like and how they were built. Prepare yourself for some truly bizarre anatomy. First, let's talk about size. Entelodontids ranged from medium-sized animals weighing around 150 kilograms, 330 pounds, to absolutely massive beasts. The largest known species, Daeodon, could reach sizes comparable to a modern bison, standing nearly 2 meters, 6.6 feet, tall at the shoulder and weighing up to 1,000 kilograms, 2,200 pounds. That's one big pig. But size alone doesn't capture the weirdness of entelodontids. Their most striking feature was their enormous head, which could make up nearly half the length of the entire animal in some species. This massive skull housed powerful jaw muscles and a set of formidable teeth. Speaking of teeth, entelodontids had a full complement of them, including large canines and robust molars. Their dentition suggests they were omnivorous, capable of processing both tough plant material and meat. Some species had particularly enlarged canine teeth that may have been used for display or combat. One of the most bizarre features of entelodontid skulls were the bony flanges and knobs that protruded from their cheeks and lower jaws. These bony protrusions varied in size and shape between species, but they gave all entelodontids a truly otherworldly appearance. Scientists are still debating the exact function of these structures, but they may have served as attachment points for powerful jaw muscles or as protective shields during fights with other entelodontids. Moving down from the head, entelodontids had relatively long and robust necks to support their massive skulls. Their bodies were barrel-shaped and supported by 4 stout legs. Interestingly, they walked on 2-toed hooves, similar to modern pigs and other artiodactyls. Some species also had a raised shoulder hump, reminiscent of a bison, which may have housed powerful neck muscles. Recent studies of entelodontid limb bones have revealed that they were surprisingly well adapted for running, despite their bulky build. Their legs were relatively long and slender for their body size, suggesting they may have been more agile than their tank-like appearance would suggest. Another interesting anatomical feature of entelodontids was their brain size. Despite their large overall size, they had relatively small brains compared to modern mammals of similar size. This has led to speculation about their cognitive abilities and behavior, which we'll explore more in a later section. One final noteworthy aspect of entelodontid anatomy is their highly developed sense of smell. CT scans of well-preserved skulls have revealed large olfactory bulbs, suggesting these animals relied heavily on their sense of smell to locate food and navigate their environment. The combination of these various anatomical features, massive heads, powerful jaws, strange bony protrusions, and robust bodies, made entelodontids truly unique animals. Their anatomy hints at a lifestyle unlike any modern mammal, combining aspects of pigs, bears, and hyenas into a singular and formidable package. Topic 3. Behavior and ecology of entelodontids. Now that we have a good picture of what entelodontids looked like, let's explore how these strange beasts may have behaved and what roles they played in their prehistoric ecosystems. While we can't observe living entelodontids, paleontologists can make informed inferences about their behavior and ecology based on their anatomy, fossil evidence, and comparisons with modern animals. First, let's consider their diet and feeding habits. As we mentioned earlier, entelodontids were omnivores with a diverse diet. Their powerful jaws and robust teeth suggest they could handle a wide variety of foods, from tough vegetation to meat and bones. Some researchers have proposed that they may have been primarily scavengers, using their size and strength to drive smaller predators away from carcasses. Others suggest they were active predators as well, perhaps hunting in a manner similar to modern hyenas. Evidence for their varied diet comes from several sources. Fossil teeth show wear patterns consistent with both plant consumption and bone crushing. Coprolites, fossilized dung, associated with entelodontids have been found to contain plant material and bone fragments. There's even evidence that some entelodontids may have engaged in cannibalism, based on tooth marks found on entelodontid bones. Interestingly, some fossil sites have revealed what appear to be caches of bones accumulated by entelodontids. This behavior, where animals collect and store food for later consumption, is seen in some modern carnivores like leopards. If entelodontids did indeed create food caches, it suggests a level of planning and resource management that's intriguing for such an ancient mammal group. In terms of social behavior, we have less direct evidence to go on. However, the presence of sexual dimorphism in some species, where males and females differ significantly in size or appearance, suggests that there may have been competition between males for mates. The bony protrusions on their faces may have played a role in these competitive interactions, either as weapons or display structures. Some researchers have speculated that entelodontids may have lived in small family groups, similar to modern wild pigs. However, given their large size and presumed high energy requirements, it's also possible that they were primarily solitary animals that came together only to mate. Entelodontids likely played important roles in their ecosystems as both predators and scavengers. Their ability to crack bones would have allowed them to access nutrients that were unavailable to other animals, similar to how hyenas function in modern African ecosystems. This may have made them important in recycling nutrients and shaping the distribution of other animals in their habitats. The environments entelodontids inhabited varied over their long evolutionary history and wide geographic range. In North America, they're often associated with savanna-like environments, while in Asia they've been found in fossils beds indicating more forested conditions. This suggests they were adaptable animals capable of thriving in diverse habitats. One particularly interesting aspect of entelodontid ecology is their potential interactions with other large mammals of their time. They coexisted with early horses, rhinos, and camels, as well as predators like nimravids, false saber-toothed cats, and Amphision-ids, bear dogs. Entelodontids may have competed with these other animals for resources and possibly engaged in predator-prey relationships with some of them. Recent studies have also explored the possibility that entelodontids engaged in niche partitioning, where different species adapted to slightly different ecological roles to reduce competition. This could explain the diversity of entelodontid species found in some fossil deposits. While much about entelodontid behavior and ecology remains speculative, ongoing research continues to refine our understanding of how these bizarre animals lived and interacted with their environment. Each new fossil discovery and analytical technique brings us closer to a clearer picture of the lives of these hell pigs. Topic 4. Global distribution and diversity of entelodontids. Let's now turn our attention to the geographic spread and diversity of entelodontids across the globe. These fascinating creatures had a wide distribution during their roughly 30 million year reign, leaving fossils across Asia, Europe, and North America. Understanding their distribution helps us piece together the story of their evolution and dispersal, as well as providing insights into ancient ecosystems and climate patterns. As we mentioned earlier, entelodontids first appeared in Asia, specifically in what is now Mongolia, during the Middle Eocene epoch about 45 million years ago. From this origin point, they spread across the northern hemisphere over the next several million years. Their ability to adapt to different environments likely facilitated this wide dispersal. In Asia, entelodontid fossils have been found from Mongolia and China in the east to Pakistan and Kazakhstan in the west. Some of the earliest known genera, such as Eoentelodon, have been discovered in these regions. Asia remained an important center of entelodontid diversity throughout their evolutionary history, with new species evolving and adapting to various Asian environments over time. Entelodontids made their way to North America by the late Eocene, around 38 million years ago. They likely crossed from Asia via the Bering Land Bridge, which connected the two continents during periods of low sea level. Once in North America, entelodontids diversified into several genera, including some of the largest and most iconic species like Daeodon. In North America, entelodontid fossils have been found from the Great Plains to the Pacific Northwest, with particularly rich fossil beds in states like Nebraska, South Dakota, and Oregon. These deposits have yielded some of the most complete and well-preserved entelodontid specimens, allowing for detailed studies of their anatomy and evolution. Europe also had its share of entelodontids, with fossils found in countries like France, Germany, and Spain. The European entelodontid fauna shows similarities to both Asian and North American forms, reflecting the interconnected nature of Northern Hemisphere ecosystems during this time. Interestingly, entelodontids never made it to South America, Africa, or Australia. This restricted distribution to the Northern Hemisphere is likely due to geographic barriers and the timing of continental connections. It's a reminder that the distribution of ancient life forms was heavily influenced by the shifting geography of Earth over millions of years. The diversity of entelodontids was impressive, with numerous genera and species evolving across their range. Some of the better-known genera include Archaeotherium, Entelodon, and Daeodon, but there were many others. Each genus often contained multiple species, adapted to slightly different ecological niches or geographic areas. This diversity wasn't static over time. Studies of the fossil record show that entelodontid diversity fluctuated, with periods of rapid diversification followed by extinctions. These patterns were likely influenced by changes in climate, habitat availability, and competition with other animals. One particularly interesting aspect of entelodontid diversity is the variation in size between species. While some lineages evolved to be giants like Daeodon, others remained relatively modest in size. This size disparity may reflect adaptations to different dietary strategies or habitat types. Recent discoveries have continued to expand our understanding of entelodontid diversity. For example, fossils found in Thailand have pushed the known range of entelodontids further south in Asia than previously thought. This highlights the potential for new discoveries to refine our picture of entelodontid distribution and evolution. Studying the global distribution and diversity of entelodontids not only tells us about these specific animals but also provides insights into broader patterns of mammalian evolution and ancient ecosystems. The wide range of entelodontids across the Northern Hemisphere suggests that similar environmental conditions and ecological opportunities existed across vast areas during this time period. Moreover, tracking the spread and diversification of entelodontids can provide clues about ancient migration routes and connections between continents. Their presence or absence in different regions at different times can inform us about changing landscapes and climate patterns over millions of years. The study of entelodontid distribution also intersects with research on other contemporary animal groups. By comparing the ranges and diversity patterns of entelodontids with those of other mammals from the same time periods, researchers can build a more comprehensive picture of ancient ecosystems and how they changed over time. Topic 5. Extinction and legacy of entelodontids. After a successful run of over 30 million years, entelodontids eventually went extinct. Let's explore the factors that may have contributed to their demise and consider the legacy they've left behind in the story of life on Earth. Entelodontids disappeared from the fossil record by the early Miocene epoch, around 16 million years ago. Their extinction wasn't a sudden event but rather a gradual decline over several million years. Different lineages went extinct at different times in different regions, with the last known entelodontids hanging on in North America. So what led to the downfall of these formidable beasts? As with many extinctions, it was likely a combination of factors rather than a single cause. One major contributor was probably climate change. The Miocene saw significant global cooling and drying trends, which led to changes in vegetation and habitat types across the Northern Hemisphere. These climate shifts would have affected the plants and animals that entelodontids relied on for food. As forests gave way to more open grasslands in many areas, the habitat types that many entelodontid species were adapted to became less common. This could have put pressure on entelodontid populations, making it harder for them to find sufficient food and suitable living areas. Another factor in their extinction may have been competition from other animals. The same time period that saw the decline of entelodontids also saw the rise of other large omnivorous and carnivorous mammals. These included early bears, large canids, dog relatives, and felids, cat relatives. These new groups may have been better adapted to the changing environments and outcompeted entelodontids for resources. Some researchers have also suggested that entelodontids may have been somewhat evolutionarily overspecialized. Their massive size and highly specialized skull anatomy may have made it difficult for them to adapt quickly to changing conditions. In contrast, some of their competitors may have been more generalized and flexible in their adaptations. It's worth noting that the extinction of entelodontids wasn't an isolated event. Many other groups of mammals also went extinct or underwent significant changes during the Miocene. This period saw major turnovers in mammalian faunas across the globe, reflecting broader patterns of environmental and ecological change. While entelodontids are now long gone, their legacy lives on in several ways. First, they've left behind a rich fossil record that continues to provide insights into mammalian evolution and ancient ecosystems. Each new entelodontid fossil discovered adds another piece to the puzzle of their life history and evolutionary story. The study of entelodontid extinctions also contributes to our broader understanding of how and why animal groups go extinct. By comparing the patterns of entelodontid decline with those of other extinct groups, researchers can identify common factors that lead to extinctions. This knowledge is valuable not only for understanding the past but also for predicting and potentially mitigating future extinctions. Entelodontids have also left a cultural legacy. Their bizarre appearance and formidable size have captured the public imagination, earning them nicknames like Hell Pigs and Terminator Pigs. This popular interest helps to engage people with paleontology and evolutionary science more broadly. Museums around the world feature entelodontid fossils and reconstructions, allowing people to come face to face with these strange beasts from the past. In the realm of science, entelodontids continue to be the subject of research and debate. New analytical techniques are allowing scientists to glean more information from entelodontid fossils than ever before. For example, stable isotope analyses of entelodontid teeth are providing insights into their diets and the environments they lived in. CT scanning of fossils is revealing details of their internal anatomy that were previously hidden. The evolutionary relationships of entelodontids also remain a topic of ongoing research. As our understanding of artiodactyl evolution improves, the position of entelodontids in the mammalian family tree continues to be refined. This work not only clarifies the history of entelodontids but also contributes to our broader understanding of mammalian evolution. Finally, the study of entelodontids provides valuable context for understanding modern ecosystems. By examining the roles that these large omnivores played in their ancient environments, we can better appreciate the ecological functions of large mammals in today's world. This perspective is particularly relevant as many of Earth's remaining large mammals face threats from human activities and climate change. In conclusion, while entelodontids are extinct, their scientific and cultural impacts continue to resonate. From informing our understanding of evolution and extinction to inspiring curiosity about the prehistoric world, these hell pigs have left an outsized legacy. As research continues, we can expect to uncover even more fascinating details about the lives and times of these remarkable animals. Topic 6. Fossil discoveries and research methods. Now let's dive into the exciting world of entelodontid fossil discoveries and the methods scientists use to study these ancient remains. Paleontology is a field that combines detective work, high-tech analysis, and a dash of imagination to bring extinct creatures back to life in our understanding. Entelodontid fossils have been discovered across North America, Europe, and Asia, with new finds continuing to expand our knowledge. Some of the most productive sites for entelodontid fossils include the White River Badlands of South Dakota and Nebraska in North America, various locations in Mongolia and China, and sites in France and Germany in Europe. One of the most famous entelodontid specimens is the nearly complete skeleton of Daeodon shoshonensis, discovered in the John Day fossil beds of Oregon. This impressive fossil, which is now housed at the Smithsonian Institution, has provided invaluable insights into the anatomy and size of one of the largest entelodontid species. But not all fossil discoveries are so complete. Often, paleontologists must work with fragmentary remains, a tooth here, a leg bone there. This is where the real detective work comes in. By comparing these fragments to more complete specimens and to the bones of related modern animals, researchers can piece together a picture of what the whole animal looked like. The process of excavating fossils is painstaking work. Once a fossil site is identified, researchers carefully remove layers of rock and sediment, documenting the position and orientation of each fossil as they go. This contextual information can provide clues about the environment the animal lived in and how it died. After fossils are excavated, they undergo careful preparation in the lab. This might involve removing surrounding rock, stabilizing fragile bones, and reconstructing broken pieces. Modern techniques like 3D scanning can create digital models of fossils, allowing researchers around the world to study the specimens without risking damage to the originals. One of the most powerful tools in the paleontologist's arsenal is comparative anatomy. By comparing entelodontid bones to those of modern animals, researchers can make inferences about how the extinct animals moved and behaved. For example, the structure of entelodontid leg bones suggests they were capable of running, despite their large size. Microscopic analysis of entelodontid teeth can reveal details about their diet and lifestyle. The pattern of wear on tooth surfaces can indicate whether an animal was eating tough vegetation, soft fruits, or crunching bones. In some cases, researchers have even found microscopic plant fragments preserved in the tiny pits and scratches on fossil teeth. Another fascinating area of research involves the study of trace fossils, not the bones of the animals themselves, but evidence of their activities. This might include footprints, tooth marks on bones, or even coprolites, fossilized dung. These traces can provide valuable insights into entelodontid behavior and ecology. In recent years, advanced technology has opened up new avenues for studying entelodontid fossils. CT scanning allows researchers to see inside fossils without damaging them, revealing internal structures and even brain casts. This technique has been particularly valuable for studying the complex anatomy of entelodontid skulls. Geochemical analyses are also providing new insights. By studying the chemical composition of entelodontid fossils, researchers can gather information about the animals' diets, the climate they lived in, and even how they grew. Stable isotope analysis of tooth enamel, for example, can reveal whether an animal was eating primarily plants or meat, and can even provide clues about ancient temperatures and rainfall patterns. One particularly exciting area of research involves ancient DNA. While it's extremely rare to find preserved DNA in fossils as old as entelodontids, techniques for recovering and analyzing genetic material from fossils are constantly improving. If entelodontid DNA could be recovered, it could revolutionize our understanding of their evolutionary relationships and genetic diversity. Computer modeling is another powerful tool in entelodontid research. By creating digital models of entelodontid skeletons, researchers can test hypotheses about how these animals moved and behaved. These models can simulate the stresses and strains on bones during different activities, helping to determine what entelodontids were physically capable of. Collaborative international research has been crucial in advancing our understanding of entelodontids. Because these animals were distributed across multiple continents, studying them requires cooperation between scientists and institutions around the world. Sharing of data and specimens has allowed for more comprehensive analyses of entelodontid evolution and diversity. As new fossils are discovered and new analytical techniques are developed, our understanding of entelodontids continues to evolve. Each new find has the potential to challenge existing ideas and open up new areas of inquiry. This makes the study of entelodontids an exciting and dynamic field, with new discoveries waiting just beneath the surface. Topic 7. Entelodontids in popular culture and public engagement. While entelodontids may have gone extinct millions of years ago, they found a second life in the realm of popular culture and public science engagement. These bizarre and fearsome creatures have captured the imagination of artists, writers, and the general public, becoming popular subjects in paleoart, documentaries, and museum exhibits. One of the most significant ways that entelodontids have entered popular culture is through paleoart, artistic reconstructions of prehistoric life based on fossil evidence. Paleoartists have created numerous depictions of entelodontids, bringing these ancient beasts to life in vivid detail. These reconstructions often highlight the most striking features of entelodontids, such as their massive heads, bony protrusions, and powerful builds. These artistic reconstructions serve an important role in both scientific communication and public engagement. They help researchers visualize and test hypotheses about entelodontid appearance and behavior. For the public, they provide a tangible and often awe-inspiring image of creatures that might otherwise be difficult to imagine based solely on fossil remains. Entelodontids have also made appearances in various documentaries about prehistoric life. Their dramatic appearance and predatory lifestyle make them natural subjects for these programs. While some of these portrayals may emphasize the more sensational aspects of entelodontid biology, they also serve to introduce these animals to a wide audience and spark interest in paleontology. Museums around the world feature entelodontid fossils and reconstructions in their exhibits. These displays allow visitors to get up close to the remains of these ancient animals and often include interactive elements to engage visitors of all ages. Some museums have even created life-sized models of entelodontids, providing a visceral sense of just how large and imposing these animals were. The nicknames given to entelodontids, such as Hell Pig and Terminator Pig, have played a significant role in capturing public interest. While not scientifically accurate, entelodontids are not closely related to pigs. These evocative names have helped to make entelodontids memorable and have likely contributed to their popularity in media coverage of paleontology. In the realm of science education, entelodontids serve as excellent examples for teaching about concepts like adaptation, extinction, and the process of fossil formation. Their dramatic appearance and clear adaptations for a predatory lifestyle make them engaging subjects for students learning about evolution and prehistoric ecosystems. Social media has also played a role in spreading awareness and fascination with entelodontids. Paleoartists and science communicators often share images and information about these animals on platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, reaching wide audiences and sparking discussions about prehistoric life. Some video games and other media have incorporated entelodontids or entelodontid-inspired creatures, further expanding their presence in popular culture. While these depictions may not always be scientifically accurate, they can serve to pique interest in the real animals and potentially lead people to seek out more factual information. The study of entelodontids also provides opportunities for public engagement in science. Some fossil sites offer opportunities for members of the public to participate in digs, allowing them to experience the excitement of paleontological discovery firsthand. Citizen science projects related to fossil identification and documentation can also involve the public in real scientific research. Entelodontids have even made their way into discussions about de-extinction and synthetic biology. While bringing back entelodontids is not currently feasible, or perhaps advisable, the idea of resurrecting extinct species often uses charismatic prehistoric animals like entelodontids as examples in public discourse about the ethics and possibilities of such technology. The popularity of entelodontids in public imagination also raises interesting questions about why certain prehistoric animals capture our fascination more than others. Is it their size, their predatory nature, their bizarre appearance, or some combination of these factors? Understanding this can provide insights into how to effectively communicate about other aspects of prehistoric life and evolutionary science. In the realm of science communication, entelodontids serve as an excellent hook to draw people into broader discussions about evolution, climate change, and extinction. Their dramatic appearance and clear differences from modern animals make them effective illustrations of how much life on Earth has changed over millions of years. Looking to the future, we can expect entelodontids to continue playing a role in public engagement with paleontology. As new discoveries are made and our understanding of these animals evolves, there will be ongoing opportunities to update and refine their portrayals in media and museum exhibits. This constant evolution of knowledge helps to demonstrate the dynamic nature of scientific research to the public. In conclusion, while entelodontids no longer walk the earth, they continue to have a significant presence in our cultural landscape. From museum halls to computer screens, these hell pigs continue to educate, fascinate, and inspire, serving as ambassadors from the prehistoric past to the modern world. As we wrap up our exploration of entelodontid research, let's take a moment to reflect on some key takeaways and consider the broader implications of this fascinating field of study. First and foremost, the story of entelodontids is a powerful reminder of the incredible diversity of life that has existed on our planet. These bizarre and formidable creatures, so different from any animal alive today, highlight the creativity of evolutionary processes. They show us that the familiar animals we see around us represent only a tiny fraction of the forms that life can take. The study of entelodontids also underscores the dynamic nature of life on Earth. These animals evolved, spread across continents, diversified into numerous species, and ultimately went extinct, all part of the ongoing dance of life responding to changing environments and ecological pressures. This perspective can help us appreciate the constant state of change in the natural world and the transient nature of even the most successful animal groups. Research on entelodontids provides valuable insights into the functioning of prehistoric ecosystems. As large omnivores, these animals would have played important roles in their environments, influencing the distribution and behavior of other species. By studying entelodontids and their contemporaries, we can build a more complete picture of ancient food webs and ecological relationships. The extinction of entelodontids serves as a case study in how changing climates and environments can lead to the downfall of once successful animal groups. This has relevance to our understanding of modern conservation issues. While the extinction of entelodontids was a natural process that occurred over millions of years, it can still inform our thinking about how modern animals might respond to rapid environmental changes. From a methodological standpoint, entelodontid research showcases the interdisciplinary nature of modern paleontology. This field draws on biology, geology, chemistry, physics, and even engineering and computer science to extract maximum information from fossil remains. It's a testament to how diverse scientific disciplines can come together to tackle complex questions about the history of life. The popular appeal of entelodontids demonstrates the power of paleontology to capture the public imagination. These hell pigs serve as charismatic ambassadors for science, drawing people into broader discussions about evolution, extinction, and the history of life on Earth. This highlights the importance of finding compelling ways to communicate scientific concepts to the general public. Looking forward, the study of entelodontids and other extinct groups can provide valuable context for understanding and predicting future changes in Earth's ecosystems. By understanding how animals have responded to past climate changes and ecological shifts, we may be better equipped to anticipate and mitigate the impacts of current global changes. Moreover, the advanced techniques being used to study entelodontid fossils, from CT scanning to stable isotope analysis, have applications far beyond paleontology. These methods are pushing forward our abilities to extract information from geological and biological materials, with potential applications in fields ranging from medicine to materials science. As we conclude, I hope this exploration of entelodontid research has given you a new appreciation for these remarkable ancient animals and the scientists who study them. The world of paleontology is filled with fascinating discoveries and ongoing mysteries, and I encourage you to continue exploring this field. Remember, every fossil tells a story, and there are countless stories yet to be uncovered. Whether you're a student, a science enthusiast, or simply curious about the world around you, there's always more to learn about the amazing history of life on Earth. I'd love to hear your thoughts on entelodontids and prehistoric life. What aspects of these ancient hell pigs did you find most interesting? Are there other extinct animals you'd like to learn more about? Feel free to share your comments and questions below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing it with others who might be interested. Your support helps us continue creating content about fascinating scientific topics. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the world of entelodontids. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and never stop marveling at the wonders of the natural world, past and present.